Okay, so I've worked out the coil that I've got for the bike. This one is incorrect. It's not the correct coil. So I purchased a new Hendler one. So that's just arrived today. Completely different shape. Just got to work out where this fits now. I believe someone's telling me it's in here somewhere. I'm not quite sure. Maybe like that in there. So yeah, just waiting on info on that. Try and have a look, see where that fits. But what I'll do now is we'll put some bullet connectors on here and get this part wired up. Obviously I'll tape all these up once we know we get a spark. So just got to work out which is which. I'm just going to have a look at some diagrams. We've got a black and white and a green, and then we've got a yellow and black and a green on the CDI. So I don't know what goes to the coil and what goes to the kill switch. So I need to have a quick look at that and then have a look at the kickstart mechanism again, and we can actually see if we've got a spark on this thing, and then it's really starting to come together. Okay, so the new CDI, no, the new coil has spade connectors on it. My CDI, I'm gonna go with the black and white being the kill switch, and I'm going with the black and yellow going to the coil. So I'm not going to rip those off just in case. So I'm going to put bullet connectors onto the spades and see what we can do. Needed some wire, so we will go with this because this is an old car loom that's no longer needed. Of course, we have no spark cap, so we'll steal one off the gas. Plenty of cable in there. For test purposes, strange setup this. Normally with a coil and a CDI, I've seen them earth to the frame, but unless somehow in here it is, but it doesn't look like it on this one. Well, here goes nothing. Where's the kill switch? Just make sure that's out of the way if I've done this right. Let's see if we get a spark. Can't tell. I need my little bit of kit to see. Let's find out. Light somewhere, I don't know where. Let's give it the old. Yep. Sparking on my hand. Let's see if we can see with the light out whether she'll start. It's around somewhere. I'll come across it when I don't need it, obviously, like always. So let's just see. Hopefully you'll be able to see this. I can't see. So it is giving me a small shot. So I'm going to have to play this back. Result, just played that back and it looks like we've got a spark. So fingers crossed I've done that correctly. Right, I need to look at the clutch casing again because the return mechanism on this kickstart is not correct. I've obviously put this together incorrectly. Something's not quite right. I'd love to bung some fuel down the throat of the carb and kick this just to see if it fired up for a few seconds, but I want to check this kickstart mechanism first. So I'll pop around there and have another look at that. But I'm very happy with the fact that we've got a spark. So we're really coming close now. She's going to live, I can feel it. This bike is going to run again. Okay, so we have a problem with the kickstart mechanism. It's not ratcheting back properly. So let's take this cover off again and have a look at this. Let's take the gasket off so we don't damage that. Okay. That's strange. Could be the spring. Does strike me as strange as to why that wash is just sitting there, because there's nothing. What is there? Maybe this pushes on it when it goes in. Something definitely isn't right there. Ah, that goes a lot further in. And as soon as it pops back out, that's when we've got the problem. So, the question is, what stops that spring from popping back out? And I believe it's that. So maybe if that spring wasn't, maybe if that spring wasn't sitting in there properly in the first place, you couldn't push it in. Okay, that's what I'm hoping. Really fully push that spring in there. Go all through this hassle of the water pump again, trying to put this all back together and try again. That's what I reckon it is. I reckon it's that lug there not catching on that spring properly. Now it seems to be in. Let's have another go. Let's not do that again. This spring comes out again, it could be the wrong spring, or I don't really know what else it could be. If this does fit, God, I'm so tempted to throw some fuel down that carburetor. I might even do it just for the hell of it. Where did that come from last time? In there? Yeah. Just nip it up. Let's see what goes on with this now. Nope. What the hell? No, that's not right. Something definitely going on here. Looks like we're taking all the clutch off again, because I don't think we can get it out without doing that. Might be wrong. We'll have a look. Bugger. Not the simple fix I was hoping for. No, spring's still in. I don't think it was helping, but the spring is in place. This is the problem when you don't really know what you're doing. Why that doesn't ratchet all the way back up. What I do have somewhere I'm a bit stuck on this. I don't want to take all this off again. There's something. Okay, might be able to take this out. Let's have a look if I can get the spring out. I don't think I can because of that. Maybe. I think I've got a lot of choice here, but to flipping take it all off again, because something is, I don't believe that should rattle around like that. So close, but so far. Right, let's just get on with it. Size of they. Right, see you on the other side. Well, here we go again. So the one that my thumb's pointing on is the one that was in the bike. I've got another one here. Look at the considerable difference in size on the end there and on the length. Now I need to find out which one is correct and which one is incorrect. Okay, so the mechanism's all back in now. It's a lot more solid. I didn't line up, there's 2 dots on the back of the kickstart mechanism. Where's the other bit? Maybe I can show you if I've still got it laying here somewhere. No, I'll show you in a bit. And I hadn't lined the dot up or locked it into the slot properly. I think that was the problem. Plus, the shaft is too long. I now believe that's the correct shaft. But noted from one of the viewers, Rob at My Restoration. Thank you very much, Rob. This has now been torqued back up to 18 Newton meters, but last time I didn't knock down one of the locking tabs. Rob noticed that for me, so we're going to do that now. So yeah, thank you, Rob, most appreciated. I'm going to do the one in case I have to take this up again. So bigger screwdriver would have helped. Right on the tab there, but I believe that should do. Fold it over. Okay. Hopefully that's correct now. So it's all folded down, it's all locked in. So that shouldn't spin open now. Right, so now we'll put the clutch plates all back together, put it all on, and see if she kicks. Check. Okay, we're back. We're back to where we were. So, water pump in, gasket on, casing in, kickstart on, and cross fingers. Like I say, all a learning curve. Gasket. tell me that's enough and I haven't got the wrong one. Nope. That longer shaft must have been the correct one. Because this one no. Back we go again. Obviously, it's always trial and error doing these, especially when you don't know, like me, what you're doing. So, what I was trying to show you earlier, I'm going to find this again now, is, whether you can see it, there's a punch mark there, and there's also a punch mark on here. So when these go on, 2 punch marks have to be aligned there and there. I guess that puts the hole in the correct place for the spring, so when it all locks in, there's all tension and pressure, and that's how she works. This is the 3rd time I'm now putting this back together. I'll be an expert at this by the time I finish, so if anybody needs any help putting on a kickstart mechanism, give me a shout. I'm your man. Right, 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Back on. Moment of truth. Have we fixed the kickstart mechanism? I believe so. Yes. Oh, you beauty. We have Kickstarter working. Everything's working right. We have spark. Woo! Okay, good job. Just need to work out where to mount this now. Carb off, clean the carb. I've found some more screws to put the cover back on properly. Water pump on. Check everything. Yeah, put the throttle cable into the carb. Put some oil in her. And we could possibly just see if she'll fire up and cough over for a few seconds. Wow, we're on a roll. Okay, let's get this carb off. Feels a bit stiff in there, so we'll give this a clean in the ultrasonic. We don't know what the conditions like, so rubbers look okay. So let's take this and clean this up. Good morning. So it's Saturday morning, a bit nippy in the old garage this morning. So when we're looking at this CR250, we actually have no lower engine mount bolt. The top engine mount bolt is incorrect, and so is the lower front engine mount bolt. As you can see, no lower. Top one overhangs by a mile, and this bolt here is also wrong. So I've been looking for these bolts, couldn't find any original OEM ones, so I've picked up some titanium ones, So we'll throw these ones in this morning and get this mounted. And yeah, do a little bit more work. And the clutch casing, where I was previously showed you on the water pump, on the inside of the casing there was 2 screws, and it was confusing me because I saw the 85 had something that went there for the power valve. Finally I found the 84 had as well, and I've also sourced these parts from now a friend of mine over in the Netherlands. So they've arrived as well, so we'll get those in, and if all goes well I'm hoping to put some fluids in this and see if we kick her and get her to just start for the first time. Let's see how we go. Right, let's go. Okay, so the clutch casing's back off. So this is the mechanism that was missing. Obviously that fits into them screws down there, and by the looks of it, on the top of there, this part here, not quite sure how all this works, but we'll work it out in a minute. We'll get it on and see how it fits. Okay, so where's my screws? Now, a bit of thread lock on these. Back in now. Actually, before I put that circlip on and get it out, let's just check the diagram and make sure that all the bits are there. I haven't got a washer missing or anything on that bit, so it looks a bit loose to me. Let's have a look. Okay, so I don't know much about power valves. To be honest, this is such, or looks like such a complicated system. So this is all now in here. Going to fit it back on. As I say, I need to research a little bit how it works, and yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, so this section here, so this section here should fit in there. Okay, so let's see if we can get this back on. Okay, so I managed to get that to fit. All the bolts are back in now, gasket's on. So now we'll put on the words elude me, can't think of the name. Yeah, this bit. impeller. Would it be an impeller? Not quite sure on the torque spec on that. Something we'll have to look at. Gasket, cover. Oh, she's close. She's really close. Do I want to put that on and put water in it before I start it? Or do I just want to kick it and start it? What do you reckon? Just for a few minutes. We definitely want some oil in there, I think. We can drain out. Let's have a look. Let's try and find some oil. Put the sump plug in, put some oil in there. Just some old oil to get everything lubricated if it does run, and then I can drain it out and put the correct stuff in. Bolt the kickstart on. But yeah, I think we can possibly have a go at starting this today. Need to find a spark plug cap. If not, I'll rob one off my gas just for the sake of getting her to run. Hoses on for the radiator. I might even put the hoses on. Check out the torque spec on this. If there is one, put that cover on. I don't know, maybe we'll put water in it as well and really fire it up. Oh my God, it's so close. Come on, let's get some oil in it. Magnetic sump plug. Okay, some plugs in. Let's find some, it's new oil, but it's old oil, it's just stuff I've got in the garage. So that we'll have to lubricate everything. We can check and see if we've got any coolant leaks and drain it out. So find some oil. So got 650 millilitres here. I'll put this in and then we'll take off the check bolt and see. And like I say, this oil is 10 watt 40. I will take this back out once it's had its initial run. Right, so near as damn it, 650 millilitres. I'm actually not going to bother taking the check bolt out because this stuff's coming out anyway, as long as I know I've got something in there. Okay, so we've got some OEM hoses. Admittedly, looks like we are gonna have to buy some Jubilee clips. So I'm pretty sure that goes there and that goes there. looks like a trip off to B&Q or somewhere. Just try and pick up some Jubilee clips. Put this cover on. Well, actually, what we'll do is we still need to put the piston stop in there and tighten up the flywheel nut, which we'll do, and I'll check that at the same time. So let's do that next. Then I'll go and get some rad hose clips. Then I'm going to put some water in it, and then I'm going to put some fuel in it, and we're going to see what happens. Okay, so we need to torque up the flywheel now. So I bought this piston lock tool. Take this plug out. Screw that in there, like so. Okay, that's locked. So this is set to 54 Newton meters as per the spec. Wrong way, obviously. There's the click. Right. That's that done. Good bit of kit, that. Could have used that for locking up the clutch and everything, but I didn't have it at the time, so let's put the plug back in. Okay. Nice clean plug. All we need to do is put some coolant in it. Put a plug lead cap on, bit of fuel, and I really think, let's just see if this starts. Do I put the exhaust on or not? It's going to be loud as shit without it, but am I patient enough? That's the question. At this present moment in time, I'm not. Because I just want to hear it run. Busy week at work this week. This will just make my day if this runs. Okay, plug on. I need a plug cap. Let's go and find a plug cap. I lied. I never did do that water pump nut up, did I? So let's do this again. Just so we can give this water pump nut a tweak. Just nip these on for now. Okay, so everything is on. We still need spark plug cap and exhaust pipe I'll probably put on, but I've got some coolant. Again, this isn't staying in here, it's just to check for leaks and stuff. So let's tip some of this in here. I could do with a decent funnel for this. Why do I not have a decent funnel here? Oh, look at this. Coolant pissing everywhere. So that ain't no good, is it? I'm just wondering whether this is because I haven't got the dowel plugs on it. Because that is absolutely pissing out of there. Okay. Well, it's the first fail, to say the least. So I've got no locating dowels on this. I'm just wondering whether that's the issue or whether the seal's crap, or that really shouldn't have come out. I can understand a few drips, but that pissed out. Absolutely pissed out. I should have a doweling plug there and a doweling plug there for location, but I still wouldn't have expected it to fucking come out like that. Gasket's there, everything's there. Well, that's annoyed me, but what can I do? So I've stolen my gas plug for now. Screw that on there. Because my gas isn't running currently. What a bloody shame. Okay, well, we can't get the water pump yet. I need to the dowels, whatever they're called, that goes in the casing. But you know what, apart from that and the rest of it, a little bit of two-stroke in here. I can't wait any longer. Turn this on. Get some into the carb. Okay. Moment of truth. Maybe probably won't even start, but Sounding promising. Let's see if there's get all the fuel out of this. It's leaking at the top. This is fresh fuel. Sounds close. Ouch. Whoa, there's something there. There's something there. It started. Oh, wow. Never thought I'd see that day. Probably sounds terrible on the old video. I need to put some, I need to put the exhaust on. It runs. As you can tell, I'm rather happy with that. It started and it ran. Will it start again straight away? I don't know. Let's have a look. Absolutely chuffed to bits with that, boys and girls. Well, as you can probably see by the smile on my face, chuffed to bits. Obviously I need to sort out this water pump. Like I said a minute ago, I believe it's the dowels, and then I can get a proper seal on it. If not, I don't think it's a major issue. I think the water that came out of the radiator earlier was because it was spilling all around the top and coming out the overflow pipe. Can't see any leaks on the rads, but it runs. Now all I want to do is finish it and get out and have a go. So anyway, so the next video we'll look at this water pump, if we can get that working properly, top the water up, run it, basically bolt everything together. I'm waiting on a rear wheel axle nut so I can put that on, and I can put the chain on, the foot pegs on, sort out the rear brake stay. What else? Master cylinder, no piston in that. That's it. I'm pretty sure that's it. She's so close, but she runs. So thanks again for watching. Next one will be very soon.